All right, so I went to go see this movie like a couple weeks ago, and I had my little frustrations with the movie as well because it could have been a lot better as far as the writing. I believe Nicole Perlman, she was the one who directed it and helped co-write the Guardian of the Galaxy. Now she's a great writer. You had the president of Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, in a particular time. Right now, he was stating that listen, we need a female superhero movie. They had options of directing a movie called Black Widow. Could have done Storm. They could have done like many other things, but they wanted a Captain Marvel based on the 1971 Roy Thomas story of the skull, the Kree skull at war. And as far as the plot wise, I mean the directing by Ryan Fleck, it was going okay in Act One, but towards the movie as it progressed, I started to get a little bored with it. Now I don't understand it maybe because of Brie Larson. I mean, she didn't really have any type of I feel like feel into the movie, but Kevin Feige felt like she was the one to balance out humanity and realism and throughout the film to be playing as Captain Marvel. Now throughout her whole training, I do respect. She interviewed with different United States Air Force pilots on Thunderbolts. She went to the Nellis, Nevada Air Force Base. I believe they went to Edwards in California, and they ended up filming many various parts of the movies. And she had to study martial arts like boxing. She had to study judo, kickboxing, different things like that. So I mean, the choreography was pretty good as far as the beginning. As young Ra was pretty much her commander and her mentor, and she wanted to give us like supreme intelligence. But you had the ability. She had a hard time throughout the film to keep her emotions in check. Now, it all started in 1995. A Kree skull at war. In a particular time, Verse, what was her name, and Verse suffered from amnesia, and she was captured by Talos. And Talos was the commander of the Kree in a particular time, and he took her to capture her for the most part, and hooked her up into this memory probe because he's trying to figure out any type of information, what's going on with his people, why his people was oppressed, and there was pretty much refugees that needed a new homeland. That was his main objective. And put into this memory probe, she ended up escaping, right? And she was oppressed by this older woman. Come to find out, she ended up escaping and crashed into Los Angeles, and that's when Nick Fury, who was a young detective right then and there, and before he lost his title to Terrasek, he attracted her, and he was like, wow, this woman, she's got different abilities. She has superhuman strength, even though she died and everything, and her DNA was altered, and therefore that's why she has superhuman strength. And so they used to pronounce her and call her Marvel, but at the time they was calling her Verse. And I kind of like how in a little bit of the film how they went into detail of like, okay, well, she was a United States Air Force fighter pilot, and she went on a secret mission that was infiltrating the Kree skulls, and she ended up dying. She died in 1989, actually experimenting a jet plane. And to come to find out, it was Dr. Winnie Lawson. That was the woman that was oppressing her that she knew. And the director took all those different scenes and just put it all together, having different many flashbacks. I said the CGI was on point, but as far as the writing, it got a little bit boring to me, and I think it got me dang. Even though this movie generated over $1 billion, I mean, Marvel's gonna make that bread, they're gonna make that cake, but I just think this is probably one of the least Marvel movies ever, man, to me. I knew this would be a continuation. We needed this movie for an Infinity War, but with this, Kevin Feige, maybe he saw something in Brie Larson, but the acting was a little bit bland, and the writing I think could be done a lot better. But towards the middle of the movie, Samuel Jackson, he ended up getting Goose, and Goose was just pretty much this cat from Fairland. It was really an alien, and he was retrieving the Terrasac, and Talos, the commander of the Kree, he was like, listen, I understand we're allies, but I just want my people to get home. So they was doing all these various different missions, man, and it was kind of like a Guardian of the Galaxy type of feel in a way. I can see it was a huge influence with that, as Nicole Perriman was trying to put that in there throughout the film. But I mean, it's just things just really wasn't clicking, really wasn't working. I think it was just a lot of inconsistency there. And understand, he announced this in October 2014, the president of Marvel, that Captain Marvel was going to be released July of 2018, and they had to do a lot of editing, do a lot of film sets with this, but it was just this. It was just pretty much mediocre, and of course at the end, he ended up giving her a pager, and the United States Air Force is calling her Avenger. That's pretty much, she dedicate this, hey, do this for emergencies and all that stuff. So she ended up, controlling her powers and destroying the little ship and everything. I think that was kind of cool in itself. And she restored peace, and Talos was happy, and she actually helped the remaining Kree people, to remain peace after the war was ended. So she pretty much ended the war, and all that frustration and ability that she went through, all the flashbacks she went through her training, she was able to, counter that and do something good in freeing the people. But it was pretty much it was pretty much just like boring to me, man. I mean, I really don't know how much I can really say this, but some people like that. I want to kind of wonder how Double Toasted really liked this movie. But Captain Marvel with the screenwriters, man, this should have been done away, man. I just think it could be a lot better. Just like Act 2, I mean, them just on the ship. It was just her struck into a memory probe. I'm like, okay, cool, but then again, it started getting kind of lazy. Like, you keep doing these flashbacks over and over again so they can retrieve some type of information on who was behind all of this. I'm pretty sure they're going to do a lot of behind the scenes if this movie goes out on DVD, but I was really disappointed in this film, man. Of course, I'm going to give you my rating. I believe this rating should get I gave it a 7.2 out of 10. Very, very mediocre, but Marvel is pretty much going to bounce back with this. I'm really excited for the new adventure of Infinity War. I'll check out the trailer. It's going to be coming out sometime this month. And, I'll be Black Panther, might have the gauntlet shell, so we'll see, man. But, Captain Marvel, I'm pretty sure she's going to play a very critical role in Infinity War, so maybe she can pretty much redeem herself, but maybe they need to get another actress, from this, man. I just think that the character herself, she just wasn't too exciting. I was talking to other people about Captain Marvel, they said the same thing, like it wasn't exciting, it wasn't visual, and it wasn't zealous enough. I mean, it just felt like the actor wasn't into the character, wasn't into the script. And it kind of showed, through the performance. Now, Young Rock, the dude that was just fighting her to the end, mentoring, teaching her everything, he had a little enthusiasm as well. Fight scenes were okay, but I just felt like, man, this could have been on Netflix, man, But I think I was going to review a Marvel movie like this. Like, I mean, this is probably one of the most mediocre Marvel movies that they probably ever produced. But now they're working on the Iron Man 4. It's going to be really cool, but who knows, man. But that's all I really have to say about this. You guys watch the film. You can let me know. We can link in it to talk about this in the comment section. Link in the description box. Might have different links on this as well. But this is pretty much my 2 cents on this movie here. Just got a little frustrating, about the co-paraments work on this one. But hey, this is just my opinion, 7.2 out of 10. You guys can tell me comment, subscribe, tell me if you love it or hate it. Let's have a discussion. I'm out.